big hand for errors, applause for mistakes, without whom we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for inexactitude, for imprecision, bravo, for fudging it, hip hip 3 cheers.
Work already done, now you can come down. Cozy journey home, it's where you belong. Time to forget you worries, we'll make them go. Cooler than the stories, watch a TV show. What's the name? What's the name? What's the name? What's the name? Good evening, Cambridge. Good evening, Cambridge. It's Thursday night and I am here with you as usual. Sorry I was gone for a little bit, but now I'm back, thank God, and I have a lot of exciting news. Some of them will be a surprise for you a little later, and just today I found out that I am going to Paris! How exciting is that? I'm going to Paris and then I go to Nice. Mind blowing. Mind blowing. So all the show tonight, I will be talking about Paris and what you have to do there, because like, that was so exciting, and I was just, you know, Googling everything and seeing like whatever is cheaper, where to cheaper to live, and like what things you have to see in Paris. If you have any ideas, please don't hesitate to call me. I will be excited to talk to you if you have any suggestions or advices, because I've never been to Paris and I'm really excited. Okay, all right. Let's move to the comfy chair I have right here. Alrighty, okay. All right, and I'm here sitting in front of you. I'm so excited. Anyway, let me put this a little away. And let's start from the first video I found on the internet, which I'll be watching with you. Anytime you can call, the number is right here. 617-876-0055. Call me, we'll talk. If you have any advices for me to what to do or not to do in Paris, I will be more than happy to hear it from you. But let's go. Excuse me. What am I doing? I speak French. A little, just a little. Okay. So I will turn off the music and
hey everyone, so today
let's see what the internet already have for me here. So here's a trip from some woman I do not know. This videos I found randomly on YouTube. So let's see what she got there.
I'm going to be taking you to Paris. Now we only have 2 days in total in Paris, and that is a very short time to see such a beautiful city. But I hope you found this useful, because if you only have 2 days in Paris, these are 10 things you have to do in Paris. Now I'm going to be using the Paris Pass a lot, which I bought online for $130 US. I highly recommend this, and this allows you 60 attractions free and skip the line, as well as a hop-on hop-off bus. Oh yeah. Hello. The cat, right? Yeah. Oh, oh, so cute. This is a cute cat. Hello. Our Airbnb was about 20 minutes away from the Louvre or the city area, and it was quite nice. It was only 94 Singapore dollars for 2 nights, and it was really nice to have this kind of old apartment in Paris. After checking in, we grabbed our Paris Pass, and this actually includes a metro ticket that basically takes you all around Paris, which is very useful. And we decided to first stop go to Sainte-Chapelle, and Sainte-Chapelle is a church known for its stained glass windows, located in Cité metro stop. And first of all, we wanted, of course, a French lunch of baguette, but me and my dad, we got a hot dog, and I got a panini instead. But this is a typical French lunch that you can get here in Paris. Eating my panini in Paris. I actually used to study art history in college and high school, and one of the famous landmarks we studied was Sainte-Chapelle. And Sainte-Chapelle is a very, very famous church in Paris. Now, Sainte-Chapelle was actually built in the 13th century, and it was built to house the relics of Christ. It's namely the crown of thorns. So it's a very, very famous church. It's known for basically its stained glass windows. So there's actually two parts. If you climb the stairs, you get to basically go to the top part of the church, and it is just out of this world. After you climb out of those dark stairs, you're out into this beautiful place, and you see these stained glass windows, and they just aren't just normal stained glass windows. It looks like the entire church is actually made of walls of stained glass, and it is just one of the most beautiful things, I have to admit, that I've ever seen in my entire life. So it was amazing to see Sainte-Chapelle in real life, and just all these monuments in Paris just coming to life. It is amazing and worth it. Obviously, another place you have to visit is Notre Dame, which is another cathedral that is very famous.
Hey everyone, so right now we are at
As a kid, I used to watch Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame so many times, and me and my sister wanted to be Esmeralda so badly. And when we walked into the Notre Dame, we just see all the scenes from the Notre Dame that we used to watch as kids, and it's just an amazing sight. It's a huge church. Notre Dame is one of the biggest churches I've ever been to, and it's just a really cool thing to see when you're in Paris. Now, there are tons of museums in Paris, but one you have to visit is called the Musée d'Orangerie, which is known for its impressionist artworks. So if you come here, one thing you have to see is, of course, the Water Lilies by Monet. And this is a beautiful, very famous impressionist artwork. And the thing about impressionist artwork is that when you look up close to the painting, you see a lot of blurred and flurried brushstrokes. But when you look afar, you get to see a beautiful unified picture. And seriously, the Water Lilies is just a beautiful blend of color, and it was amazing to see it in person. I have to say that you can't come to Paris without eating a crepe, so we grabbed one from a side store. Next up is Trocadero. Trocadero is a place where you can see the Eiffel Tower from afar. It's gorgeous.
Hey everyone, so right now I am at Trocadero, and from Trocadero you can actually see an amazing view of the Eiffel Tower. There are tons of people, but it's a really nice clear view. It is absolutely gorgeous. My first time seeing the Eiffel Tower, and I'm so excited.
Trocadero is a place where you can come at night as well, and you can see the Eiffel Tower up close, lit up, and it's beautiful.
So for dinner, I had an amazing chicken. Actually, it's a California salad. It's not very French at all, but I needed some vegetables because I haven't been eating vegetables for two weeks, I think. So I need to eat some vegetables. Hey everyone, so right now we are in
Of course, one place you have to visit is the Louvre, and this place is known for housing the Mona Lisa.
Hey everyone, so right now we are in a priority queue because we have a museum pass, and if we didn't have a pass, we would be unable to queue in this line, and that's the non-pass.
It was amazing to finally get into the Louvre, which is just, I mean, all these places are like so cool to go to. But of course, in the Louvre, there's tons of amazing artworks, but everyone goes to see one little painting. It's called the Mona Lisa, the most famous painting in the world, and there is a lot of people. So this is me, like, I feel like I'm crowd surfing or whatever they call it, but I went to the front to just grab a shot of the Mona Lisa for you, and there it is in all its beautiful Da Vinci glory, the Mona Lisa. Ta-da! It wasn't as small as I thought, or everyone said it was. It was quite regular size, to be honest. Then after that, you can just explore the rest of the museum. It's huge, very, very, very big, and people say it takes a week to cover the entire thing. So we just kind of walked a little bit and carried on. If you're coming to Paris with your loved one, it's always a good idea to come to Pont des Arts, where couples actually lock their love with locks and throw the key into the river as a sign of their love. So it's really cool to see. Next, we hop on to a hop-on, hop-off bus.
Hey everyone, so now we are on big bus tours, and basically we're on the rooftop of the bus, and we see amazing sights in Paris.
To be honest, this was one of the highlights of my trip. It was actually included in the Paris pass as well, which is why I'm telling you all about it, because it's just an amazing pass. But anyway, it basically shows you all the different monuments, and also there's an audio guide that provides amazing commentary. When it's not talking, it's giving you nice Parisian music, and it's just a really worth it thing to get on. This was Big Bus, and there's a couple of different ones, buses that you can get on as well. So highly recommend this. And of course, after we stopped by the Eiffel Tower, which is the obviously most famous of the lot, and we also grabbed some ice cream as well.
Hey everyone, so I'm at the Eiffel Tower now, and it's amazing. Very sunny.
The Eiffel Tower was actually built for the 1889 World's Fair in Paris that recognized the 100-year anniversary of the French Revolution. So it is an amazing monument, and it's very, very beautiful. I was just amazed by how big and beautiful this structure is. Even though it's just iron, it's beautiful. And you can actually go up, but there is a very huge line, so beware of that. Another thing to be aware of in these central tourist spots is pickpocketers, so be careful of your belongings.
Okay.
I wear a t-shirt that says, I left my wallet at home and leave me alone.
When you're Paris, you also have to visit the Champs-Élysées. I really hope I pronounced that right, but it is the main shopping street of Paris. And of course, I had to visit Sephora, and it's a flagship store here in Paris. And I wanted to see what new things I could find in the Paris store as compared to the one in Singapore. First off, they had the LADUREE, and actually everything, it was pretty much the same. It just had one or two brands that were different. This is the LADUREE, of course, that was only available in Japan, not in Singapore. And it was just more buzzing, more energetic than I think in Singapore. But also they had this new brand called Black Up, which I thought was cool for darker skin tones, which Singapore doesn't have. So overall, it was pretty much the same though.
Okay, we are going to see the Arc de Triomphe.
This is the most famous arc in the entire world.
We're now going underneath the ground. It's like a little tunnel, and we're going to the Arc de Triomphe to climb it on the top and see the night view.
The Arc de Triomphe was a tribute to all the French soldiers who were lost in all the wars that France participated in. And actually there is an observation deck. It is 50 meters tall, and you have to go up the observation deck. It is beautiful. But be prepared to climb the stairs. It is a lot of stairs.
How do you feel?
Very refreshing.
But when you get up there, it is so worth it. The views are amazing. And Paris is just spectacular. Really enjoyed myself, and it was amazing to see all the different monuments. My tip is to really get the Paris pass like we did. We bought it online, and it was just the most amazing investment we ever made, because we wouldn't have seen so many of those free as well and skip the line, as well as hop on hop off bus. And also keep safe your belongings, because it's quite a pickpocket kind of city, and you want to make sure that you enjoy your trip rather than trying to find out where your lost wallet or phone is. So I really hope you like this video, and let me know if you have any questions below. We only had 2 days, so not a lot of time, but I hope you found this video useful. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.
That was a great video. I am looking forward to this Paris pass, and we'll see what's gonna happen. I haven't calculated exactly if it's really worth it, because the pass, for example, for 4 days will cost 180 euros, and I'm not sure if it's gonna worth it. Okay, there is another video about 10 things you have to know about Paris. Don't worry, we're gonna continue to talk about Paris next week as well, so no worries, no worries. Let's switch it to the screen, okay?
Colin Hanratty from hostelworld.com. If you want to know when the main museums in the French capital are free, when the Eiffel Tower sparkles just like this, and what are the best ways to get around, go nowhere, because here are 10 things you need to know about Paris. With its tree-lined boulevards, charming cafes and endless art galleries, Paris is one of the world's most breathtaking cities. Located on the River Seine, it seems everywhere you turn there's another landmark to take a picture of. It's also perfect for couples because, as we know, it's one of the most romantic cities in the world. Now, here is the first of those 10 things. Paris is broken up into 20 arrondissements. Each one has its own characteristics and neighbourhoods and varies in size. And when walking around the city, to see what arrondissement you're in, simply look at the street signs. And for the best view of Paris, come here to Butte Montmartre in the city's famous Montmartre district. It's also where you'll find one of the city's top attractions, the Sacré-Cœur. Getting around the French capital is easy. The city's underground system, known as the metro, is extremely efficient, and because there are stops everywhere, you're never far from a station. There's also a network known as the RER, which has very convenient stops throughout the city and is operated by larger trains. When buying tickets, instead of buying individual tickets for single journeys, buy a carnet or book of 10 as it works out far cheaper. Another great way to get around a city is on one of these. They're called a valide bike. Now the way it works is this: you have to give your credit card details as security. After that, then you have to pay a subscription fee, which is €1 a day. Then there is the rental charges. The first half an hour is free, the second half an hour is €1, the third half an hour is €2, and every half an hour after that is €4. So basically 2 hours will cost you €7. But there is a way to beat the system. Since the first half hour is free, if you keep on using the bike for intervals of less than 30 minutes, you won't have to pay anything other than the subscription fee. As this is the French capital, Paris is quite a busy city. But the good thing is that there are lots of parks and gardens for relaxing. This includes Jardin des Tuileries in front of Musée du Louvre, Parc du Champ de Mars under the Eiffel Tower, and Jardin de Trocadero across the river from it. Probably the best known of all of Paris's gardens is Jardin de Luxembourg in the 5th arrondissement. As you can see, it's a great place to just chill out, but it's also got some charming paths to walk down, and it's home to Palais de Luxembourg. If you're watching this video and you haven't booked your trip to Paris just yet, here's a tip. Plan your trip around the first Sunday of the month when the big museums are free. This includes Musée d'Orsay, the Museum of Modern Art at the Pompidou Centre, and the best known of all, Musée du Louvre. So that means if you visit even just 2 of these museums, you'll save yourself almost €20. Dividing Paris in two, the River Seine is an attraction in its own right. Make sure to relax on its banks, admire the landmarks along it and the bridges that cross it. The best way to appreciate the Seine is by going on one of the boat tours, but make sure to shop around because some are open top, some aren't, and some are more expensive than others. Along with all of its top attractions, Paris also has some really cool neighbourhoods worth checking out. The Latin Quarter south of the Seine is full of quaint narrow streets, as is the right bank north of the Seine. Le Marais is the city's gay quarter, while Saint-Germain in the 6th and 7th arrondissements is one of the city's most charming districts. Arguably the most famous of all of Paris's neighbourhoods is Montmartre, which is north of the city centre. And in the past, artists such as Van Gogh and Picasso have lived here. Today it's full of alternative shops and cafes. Shopping is a popular pastime in Paris, and there are lots of good places to do it. The Champs-Élysées has many recognisable brands, as does Rue de Rivoli in the right bank. Also in the right bank are streets like Rue Saint-Denis and Rue Pierre-Lescot, where you will find more alternative shops. Held every Saturday, Sunday and Monday, Porte de Clignancourt in northern Paris is where you will find one of the city's best known flea markets. And here you can pick up everything from leather jackets to CDs. When it comes to eating out in Paris, certain areas are known for certain cuisines. Pletzel in the 3rd arrondissement is where to go for kosher food, and Rue de la Huchette in the Latin Quarter is full of Greek restaurants. Belleville in the northeast of the city is full of Asian restaurants, while if you want to try typical French food, visit Rue Mouffetard and Rue du Pot de Fer, also in the Latin Quarter. A great place to try French cuisine in the Latin Quarter is in La Petite Provence, which is on Rue Pot de Fer. They've got different set menus that are really good value, and here you can try famous French specialties like duck à l'orange and l'escargot, otherwise known as snails. If you want to socialise like a true Parisian, rather than going bar hopping for the night, grab yourself some cheese, some wine, and spend the night relaxing somewhere along the River Seine, such as Quai de la Tournelle, right here behind the Notre Dame Cathedral. Cheers. But if you are intent on sampling Paris's nightlife, the area around Place de la Bastille is a good place to go. Climbing 324 metres into the Parisian sky, the Eiffel Tower is the French capital's most famous attraction, and you'll undoubtedly go to see it during your stay. But make sure to visit it again at night when it looks even more beautiful. And once it gets dark, every hour on the air from 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the summer, the Eiffel Tower sparkles for 5 minutes, just like this. So that is our 10 things you need to know about Paris. Hopefully it will help you plan your trip to the French capital. For a fact sheet on everything that's in this video, log on to www.hostelworld.com/videos, and for the biggest and best selection of hostels in Paris on the internet.
Another one, and I have a little bit of time. Maybe we'll have... The third one is really short. It's... it was made by a French woman herself. Let's take a look here.
Hello everyone! Today I was at the university and I had an exam, and I just took the subway to come back home, and I was thinking how people who come for the first time in France can understand the subway and Paris. It's insane. Oh my gosh. So I decided to do a video with the 5 advice you need to know if you come here in Paris or in France, but particularly in this city. The first one is with the subway. Don't buy a ticket every day. A ticket for one day is 1.80 euros, which is really expensive. There is a card for the week, which is from the Monday to the Sunday, and it's 25 euros, and you can go anywhere you want in Paris. You just need to come with the picture of your face and to ask for one. The second advice is also with the subway. Don't forget to download the app RATP, which is free. I will just write you the link down below. It's an app from the subway company, and they just say how to go from a point A to B. It's really good. You can see the hours when the subway comes and the hours when it closes the night. Everything is written. I think it's in French, but I'm not sure it is in English. If it's not, don't worry, it's really easy to use, even if you don't understand anything at French. The third advice is please take a bag with you with a zip, because there are not only nice people in Paris and some bad attention people, nasty people see that you are not from here because you speak other languages, or I don't know. You don't know what could happen, and just always keep your bag here under your arms. The fourth advice is the tips are not included when you go outside to eat or drink something. You just have to let some coins on the table. It's like 10% or 50% of the total amount. And the last advice today is when you go to the Eiffel Tower, you have an elevator and you have stairs. The elevator is like 15 euros to go up, and the stairs are only 5 or 4 euros. Oh my gosh, it's insane, the difference. The difference is crazy. The queue is like 3 hours to wait before taking the elevator sometimes. So I just advise you to take the stairs. I know that there are 670 stairs maybe. I know that's long, but if you are with friends, you can just take photos, see Paris from the sky. It's really nice. You can just enjoy. And if it's sunny, it's really better to take the stairs, and it's healthy. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope my English was not so bad and you understood a lot of things. If you have any questions, just write it down below. I will be very pleased to answer you. I maybe do a video with my Paris essential, so please comment down below if you want me to do that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!
What a lovely lady. I can't wait till I'll go to Paris and I'm gonna tell you all about it. Of course, how can I not to? Let's put my music back on, and that's pretty much all for tonight's episode for Good Evening Cambridge. My name is Sasha. I will see you next week. If you would like, I am always on the Facebook. Please send me an email. Here's my, well, the email is pretty easy, so you just go to goodevecamp@gmail.com. I know, it's really easy to remember. Please follow me on Twitter, like the page on Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff. So I will see you next week. Thank you very much. Have a good night.